Is Trump opening a new war front in Africa after what critics see as a failed showdown with Iran? Trump has announced the killing of ISIS's second-in-command just after wrapping up his China visit. The U.S. president now appears to be escalating in Africa, even as reports swirl about a €50 million bounty threat linked to Iran. U.S. President Donald Trump said on May 15 that ISIS's second-in-command had been killed. Trump said Abu-Bilal al-Minuki was eliminated in an operation involving U.S. and Nigerian forces. However, Trump's Truth Social post did not reveal the exact location of the operation. Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Tonight, at my direction, brave American forces and the armed forces of Nigeria flawlessly executed a meticulously planned and very complex mission to eliminate the most active terrorist in the world from the battlefield." Abu-Bilal al-Minuki, second-in-command of ISIS globally, thought he could hide in Africa, but little did he know we had sources who kept us informed on what he was doing. Unquote. The operation came as Trump was also accusing Nigeria of failing to adequately protect Christians from militant violence. The U.S. has reportedly expanded its drone and troop presence in Nigeria following militant-related strikes in December. Notably, al-Minuki had previously been designated a specially designated global terrorist by the Biden administration. His killing was reported at a time when Iranian political circles were also being linked to fresh talk of a bounty targeting Trump. Iran's parliament is reportedly working on legislation that could authorize a reward for the killing of the U.S. president. Reports say the Iranian government could offer as much as €50 million to any individual or entity that kills Trump. The proposed reward is being framed as retaliation for the killing of Iran's top leader and commanders during the war. The move was reportedly revealed by the head of Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Committee. Ebrahim Aziza said, and I quote, "We believe the vile President of the United States, the ominous and disgraceful Zionist Prime Minister, and the CENTCOM commander must be targeted and subjected to reciprocal action. This is our right. Just as our Imam was martyred, the President of the United States must be dealt with by any Muslim or free person. If any natural or legal person carries out this religious and ideological mission, the government is obliged to pay €50 million as a reward." Unquote. Trump has also survived multiple assassination scares, including a recent security incident in Washington. He reportedly escaped another brief scare after shots were fired near a reporter's gala last month. Earlier in March, reports also said a mass text message tied to a bounty on Trump circulated across Iran. Trump's Nigeria operation was revealed just as he wrapped up his China visit. Trump has also spoken publicly about whether Xi Jinping agreed to help put pressure on Iran.
Did President Xi make any firm commitment to put pressure on the Iranians to reopen the Strait of Hormuz?
I'm not asking for any favors, because when you ask for favors, you have to do favors in return. We don't need favors. We've wiped out their armed forces, essentially. We may have to do a little cleanup work because we had a little month-long ceasefire, I guess you'd call it, but we have a blockade that's so effective. That's why we did the ceasefire. We really did the ceasefire at the request of other nations. I wouldn't have really been in favor of it, but we did it as a favor to Pakistan, who are terrific people, the Field Marshal and the Prime Minister. But no, I mean, President Xi and I agree on many things, and we agree very much on trade. We're going to be doing a lot of trading. Our farmers are going to be taking in. I mean, our farmers are going to be very happy with the deal we made.
Is your instinct that he will put pressure, that he will try and get them to do more?
Ask him to put pressure because, you know, I don't need favors. I think he will. I think automatically he'd like to see it opened up. He gets about 40% of his energy or his oil from that, you know, from the strait. We get none. We get none. We don't need it.
Mr. President, on Truth Social, you said that President Xi had made a reference to the decline of the U.S. We didn't hear him say that. Maybe it was something he said in private to you. So what was it, first of all, that he said that prompted you to do this?
He made a statement. It might not have been from him. It was somebody, but they talked about the decline. But he said today, and he said it very publicly, he said the U.S. was declining for the last 4 years. And he said what President Trump has done in the last 15, 16 months has been virtually a miracle. He said we have the hottest. He said we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. But he said that it was a declining country under Joe Biden. He said we had a seriously declining country, which we did, with people pouring in from all over the world, from prisons and everything else. He said what President Trump has done has been a virtual miracle. It's the hottest country anywhere in the world, and it is, yeah.
On a different subject, on Cuba, there's reporting that Raul Castro could be indicted by the DOJ, I believe. What does that mean?
Well, I don't want to comment on that. I'll let DOJ comment on it. But they need help, as you know. And you talk about a declining country. They are really a nation or a country in decline. So we're going to see. We have a lot to talk about on Cuba, but not maybe for today.
Tariffs, Mr. President. Did you agree with President Xi to extend that year-long truce on tariffs?
We didn't discuss tariffs. I mean, they're paying tariffs. They're paying substantial tariffs, but we didn't discuss. You know, before I came along, it was the opposite. We didn't discuss tariffs.
How come?
It wasn't brought up.
Mr. President, you said in January to us that you were going to bring up the expansion of their nuclear program. Obviously, they've got 600 weapons now, by the Pentagon's estimate, going to 1,500. Did that come up? Did you succeed in getting them into any form of arms control? Or remember we discussed New
You're
Start?
talking about China.
China.
We brought it up. The denuclearization. I talk about it all the time with Russia and with China. And it did come up. We did discuss that.
And what did you conclude?
I don't know. I got a very positive response since the beginning. You know, we're going to be together 4 times, potentially, this year. We have the G20, which he wants to come to, which I'd like him to come to. It's going to be in Miami. It's going to be in Doral. And it's going to be, I think, very good. Much more important if he's there. And so you have the G20. We have one that he has, as you know, in November,
Right.
in China. He's asked me to be there. I'm going to try and be there. And then we have another one on September, I guess, 26th or 24th, where he's coming into the White House.
I'm trying to understand what it is he committed to, if he committed anything.
Well, I don't want to say anybody committed, but we have a very good understanding.
So are you
You know,
going to
the
move it?
concept of denuclearization.
Denuclearization, or just an extension
Well, no,
of
a
New Start?
denuclearization.
In other words, building down.
And you bring Russia into it also. But the concept of that is something that would be very good.